So I grew up in a city called Mountain View. It's a big city now. When I was a kid, I think it was just starting to take hold because the computer and tech industries.
Yeah, so we're here at Hobee's. It's a little chain that's kind of around this area. Me and my wife pretty much come here, I don't know, most of the days of the week to get breakfast. Sometimes actually twice a day. But I'll usually come here, there, eggs, and then I'll pretty much get the same thing every time. I'll get eggs with like chorizo. And, whether I'm eating clean or, trying to eat more, they got good toast, and then they're kind of famous for their coffee cake. The Hobee's famous coffee cake. This is the blueberry. They make other ones seasonally, but this is their main one. Apparently, I guess they thought this was the occasion where I ordered 2 of them. So this is like a double serving of coffee cake, but that's just that's even better for me. So sorry. So moving on from the coffee cake, it's the main breakfast I pretty much order all the time. It's like it's 5 scrambled eggs, 2 orders of chorizo, like Mexican sausage, and then gotta add in the hot sauces. For those of you guys who don't know, these are legit.
Before I ever got into weightlifting and before I became a powerlifter and got to compete, everywhere and have a gym, I grew up and played a lot of sports like most of the other kids. When I was about 3, that was when I started playing t-ball, and then I played baseball pretty much all growing up until I got to college. And that was always my favorite sport. As a kid, I also played soccer. I was a gymnast all growing up, did some martial arts stuff. When I first started touching the weights was every day when we go to switch into gym class, you got to go and change into your gym shorts and stuff. And the locker room had a little bench press in the corner, so pretty much every day I would go over, change, and then do like 1 set of bench, which not the worst weightlifting program somebody could do, but for a 12-year-old, that was what it was. Every day, just go and hit 1 max set of bench. When I got to high school, I still played baseball, and I think it was when I was about 15, I started reading, like Muscle and Fitness, and I remember the first edition I had was like a Muscle and Fitness that had Sean Ray going through some like back workouts, and that was like the first time I actually realized, like a lot of people, that oh wait, I can actually do back workouts and not just do like chest and curls and stuff like that. So I started taking it pretty seriously and always doing like pull-ups and bent over rows and deadlifting.
Get it! Get it!
And so I remember in the beginning of college, they had this like open day where you could kind of go around and meet all the people from all the clubs and check it out. And I think it was about that time when I met some girls that were on the cheerleading team, and they're like, telling me, okay, you're strong and you can do all the gymnastics stuff, so come and try it out. Wound up meeting with them. I mean, that was one of the best times. If you're a guy and you like lifting weights and then you like women, cheerleading is kind of like the best of both worlds, because now you're just going out there and picking up the co-eds. And it's like lifting weights but with the pretty girls.
So we're here at the Gold Star Gymnastics. This is where my son will take his class right now. He's just about 3.5 almost, and he's taking the same gymnastics that I took when I was a kid. And I went and did some gymnastics when I was a teenager, and then I actually worked here a little bit after college too. So I've been here since I was a kid, off and on. They know me here, and we're just gonna go outside, and it's a nice moment for us to kind of sit down and relax while he gets his little gymnastics class going. Yeah, so I think people don't even know. I pretty much kept up with all the gymnastics stuff until about 2009. I would kind of keep doing the training, even between all my meets. Sometimes as I would get closer to the meets, I would kind of have to back off a little bit just to give myself more rest. But I think what's cool for people in gymnastics is it gives you a little bit extra flexibility. So I never really had any shoulder problems. Just being able to have good good flexibility and take care of that. And same thing with the, a lot of flexibility in your hips to kind of do all the stuff in gymnastics. I mean, generally it's going to make you really athletic, which is kind of cool. It's a good reason to have, have the kids doing it. But I mean, just having some basic flexibility. A lot of guys just have terrible flexibility, and it really hurts their ability to lift. So I'm not amazingly flexible, but it certainly helps to have had like some dedicated time trying to get more flexible, for a good amount of time in my life. It's been a crazy week, but it just makes sense to get in a good workout anyway. One of our buddies, Brandon, is coming out, and he's kind of coming off of a pretty bad injury, but we're gonna squat together.
Anytime that I get to train with him or be around Dan, I learn a lot, a hell of a lot. The Dan that people see online and see in videos and see, in the 5 minutes they get alone with him in person is quite a bit different than the Dan that you'll see when you actually train with him or when you're around him for an extended period of time. Dan is extremely insightful, very thoughtful when it comes to his training, his own body. He's very analytical of others. So, coming out here, I'll learn more probably in a weekend than I would in 6 weeks of training at home by myself. It's just a credit to the kind of guy that Dan is and the kind of coach that Dan is. So I thought this was an opportunity for myself, especially coming back from injury, to get somebody that I trust, somebody that understands what it takes as a top lifter, to really have that second eye look over and say, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try this. This trip is worth its weight in gold for that reason.
Today's like really my last squat day before I kind of really start focusing on training a full like 4 or 5, 6 times a week. I've been just training about twice a week, and just been focusing on gaining weight, but eating a lot. And the extra rest has felt pretty good. There's a lot of meets at the beginning of the year and at the end of last year, so it's kind of a big change of pace for me. But gaining the extra weight and getting the extra rest in my elbows and knees and everything. My squat and my bench have both gone up a little bit, and today I'll just kind of see where I get up to on my squat, see where it kind of tops out at before I really start to cycle back and prepare for November. You know, Brandon went PR like 4:15, and then jumped straight up to 5:05. You know, some people are like, it's not smart, but sometimes what I told him is like, there's things that you got to force yourself to do, not so much to see if you're strong enough physically, but just to kind of put yourself out of your comfort zone. It's really like you're training yourself to be, you know, mentally tough or mentally strong. You know, whether or not the result, you know, is a successful rep or not, it's more can you commit to something when you're not feeling it, you know? Everybody can be strong in the gym, but when you go to your meets, you know, what are you going to do in that one attempt that's going to make or break your total or your, you know, whatever you're trying to go for. It's that one moment where you have to wrap your mind, you know, around the lift only and make it happen.
Dan just has that way of stating the facts. You know, it's no riffraff, it's no bullshit. It's just black and white. Like, you'll get better. You just got to push for it. You know, so coming out here is definitely a big motivator.
Squat, when you get the bar out, take your breath, squeeze until you can't really see anything. That's when you're ready to go.